August 28th, 2025. A date that will live in NFL infamy.
The Cowboys are trading Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, agreed to a 4-year, $188 million deal, $136 million guaranteed, $47 million a year.
Dallas getting 2 first-round picks and a player. Parsons and Green Bay also agreeing to a 4-year, $188 million deal, the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And Micah Parsons goes to Green Bay. Kenny Clark going the other way.
This will go down as one of the worst trades in the history of their football team and their organization.
Jerry Jones, after months of saying he will not trade Micah Parsons and trying to pussyfoot his weight around the issue, finally had enough and dealt him to the same team that trounced them out of the playoffs 3 of the last 6 attempts. The decision sent shockwaves all over the NFL world, usurping the engagement of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. That's how big it was. Leaving Green Bay Packers fans with the thrill of victory.
Hey, well done, Jerry Jones. Double Jerry Jones victory. Supreme victory for Jerry Jones. You think he might be happy?
To the Packers of all teams.
And Dallas Cowboys fans with the agony of defeat once again.
Jerry! Holy crap!
Listen.
What?
Get up. 4 years, $188 million, $120
In the stream right now.
No.
The trade made their pending Week 4 matchup in primetime on Sunday Night Football one thing. As the first month of the season comes to a close, the Green Bay Packers have immediately seen the impact that Parsons brings to the table. And considering they immediately gave him the money that Jerry couldn't give him, 4 years, $188 million with $136 million guaranteed, he has so far delivered. In his first 3 games, he's recorded 2 sacks, 2 assists, 3 solo tackles, 5 combos, and a tackle for loss, and has helped to elevate the Packers defense to an upper echelon. And while they hit an unusual slag last week in the loss against the Cleveland Browns, there is still no denying that the Green Bay Packers are one of the best teams in the NFL, and once again, did everything Jerry couldn't do by going
all in. We're all in with these young guys coming up.
Meanwhile, in Jerry world, the Cowboys have, not surprisingly, felt the lack of a strong pass rusher, and the defense has mightily struggled, despite the offense showing a lot of promise under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. But none of that will matter until the Cowboys get that monkey off their back and make it back to the Super Bowl, or at the very least, the NFC Championship. Something that hasn't been done in 30 years, or as David Akers once said,
"Hey, Dallas! The last time you were in the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't born!"
Tonight, an already intriguing matchup becomes the television event of the year as Micah comes back home to the Dallas Cowboys as they face the Green Bay Packers on the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch. Let's get ready to rumble! The following is a presentation of the Reviewing Network Sports. As you can see, the crowd is ready to come on inside and see the Green Bay Packers possibly dismantle the Dallas Cowboys as they have done, because they are a perfect 6-0 through their Super Bowl in 2010, and they are coming in here to see if the Dallas Cowboys can somehow pull out a win against the Green Bay Packers in this must-see primetime matchup. At least we hope. Hi everybody, and welcome to the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch. And would you believe it, in only our second game out, it's a flex game tonight, and how could you pass this game up, especially considering the events of the past month? It's hard to believe that 1 month ago, Micah Parsons was on his way to Green Bay in a deal that everyone automatically looked at and said, Jerry Jones, what the hell were you thinking? Because, yeah, it's a pretty lopsided deal, but Jerry Jones thinks it's going to work out well for him because, hey, it worked out well when they got rid of Herschel Walker. Yeah, but that was 35 years ago, Jerry. But tonight should be a very good matchup overall. Green Bay Packers are coming off of a devastating, heartbreaking loss to the Cleveland Browns last week to drop them to 2-1, and it was mostly self-inflicted wounds on the final quarter overall. They were doing okay up until Jordan Love threw that interception, and then the blocked field goal that would have ended the game, and Cleveland just took over the win in that front. Meanwhile, Dallas got dismantled by Chicago last week, but if this game I'm watching right now is any indication, the Bears are probably going to lose to the Las Vegas Raiders because they have no way to stop Ashton Genty right now. But either way, it's going to be a very intriguing matchup overall. It's the first time the Cowboys and the Packers have faced themselves in primetime since 2010, and as I said, the Packers are 6-0 at AT&T Stadium since the stadium opened up nearly 20 years ago in 2000. No, it was actually 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So 16 years since then. Critical inactives for both teams tonight. For the Dallas Cowboys, no Jaden Blue, no Tyler Booker, no Damon Clark, no Ajani Cornelius, no Jay Toa, and certainly no CeeDee Lamb, who had that injury in the Chicago loss last week. Tried to go back in, but the ankle injury was just too much for him, so he will be out for a couple of weeks. As for the Packers this evening, their biggest person that will not be involved here tonight is Zach Tom, who was already ruled out earlier in the week, but also out this week Aaron Banks, Anthony Belton, Warren Brinson, and Kamal Hayden. Question is, which one of these two teams will come out swinging tonight? We will find out in a matter of about the next hour or so for me, but for you, it'll be in a couple minutes. Now, last time I did this, I did the full game. My whole plan for this was to do only when there's like critical drives for the offense or the defense overall, and I did that mostly so I can have time constraints on the video, because you saw from the Ravens and Bills game, by doing the full game, I had to split it up into 2 videos. So hopefully I won't have to do that this week, but we will wait to see what happens. And hey, this game could get pretty exciting pretty quickly, so who knows what's going to happen here. I might just end up making it 2 videos overall. So if it is 2 videos, part 2 will be at the end of this. But if it's just one, well, it is what it is. So we still got a little bit here from my perspective, but like I said, in a matter of moments, you will see me get ready to call the game for you at kickoff. It's the Packers and the Cowboys tonight on Sunday Night NFL Rewatch, and we'll get to that game right after this. Alrighty, we're about ready to go here. We're just showing Matt LaFleur on the TV. 59.7% on ESPN are going with Green Bay, 40% for Dallas. I went with Green Bay in my NFL Network episode earlier in the week. Got Brian Schottenheimer on the screen. We are ready to go. It's 81 degrees in Arlington, Texas, with the roof open for this matchup. Got a reunion of Prescott and Parsons. Parsons saying hello to his old teammates. It's funny because on Vivid Seats, you can actually get tickets for this as low as $108, which is pretty fascinating considering that this is a very, very highly anticipated game now. And it looks like we're about ready to go here. And it looks like Dallas is going to defer. They won the toss, and so Green Bay will come out on offense first. Brandon Aubrey getting ready to kick this off to, I think it's Keyshawn. No, it's not Keyshawn Nixon. Savion Williams and Bo Melton are the kick returners for Green Bay. Looks like Michael Irvin is getting the crowd going in Jerry World. And this highly anticipated matchup, the Micah Parsons Bowl, is about to get underway. And we are off and running. And it looks like Savion's going to take it out. Past the 20, past the 25, and down to the 30-yard line. And that's where Green Bay and Jordan Love will start off with your starting offense coming up. Got Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, the running back, Romeo Doubs, Dontayvion Wicks, Matthew Golden, the rookie, the first Packer wide receiver pick in the first round in 23 years. I know I'm missing out on all the big names right now, but that's such a big one there, Matthew Golden. But so they're starting off at the 31-yard line for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. 14:54 to start to the first quarter, first play. Jordan Love's going to throw. Throws it to Jacobs. Gets past the 30, past the 35, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Taken out by Khalil Elam. 2nd and 6 coming up. The numbers for Jordan Love last week at the Browns: 18 of 25, 183, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 5 sacks, tied for the most in his career. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up. On the 35-yard line. fakes it, and it's believed that was to Jacobs, but he's going to lose yardage on that. Osama Odiguzua, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but with the tackle there. Loss of 3 on the play, 3rd and 9 coming up from the 32 of Green Bay. Number 97 for the Cowboys. 3rd and 9 coming up with 13:46 to go. Love gonna throw. Love taking a deep shot down the field. He's got a man down there. Caught by Matthew Golden for the first down inside the 20-yard line of Dallas. 50 yards down the field. Well, technically 46. 46 yards down the field. Deron Bland's the one who took him down. But they're right in the red zone, near the red zone, at the 22-yard line. First down, Green Bay. And that's why he was the number 1 pick for them this year. That could have been devastating too, because Dontavian Wicks was right there. He could have easily knocked it out of the way for him, but big play down there. Gain of 46. Love to throw again. This is Tucker Kraft past the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Tackled by Malik Hooker. Pickup of 7 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up. 6 yards, I should say. 2nd and 4 coming up. From the 16 of Dallas. And there's the Cowboys defense. 13 completions, 5 touchdowns through 3 weeks. Most in the NFL so far this season. And there is Matt Eberflus, the former Bears head coach, first season as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. 2nd and 4. I got to get to the 12-yard line for a new set of downs. Gives it to Jacobs. And going to get taken down by number 41, Donovan Iziraku. I am horrible with these names. I apologize. Donovan, number 41 of the Cowboys. Donovan is the Easy. I'll just call him that. Donovan Easy. 3rd down and 5 coming up. As they're showing him off right there. 22 years old. 2nd round pick at this year's draft out of Boston College. So 3rd down and 5 coming up with 11:46 to go in the first quarter. Have to get to the 12 for the first down. Love to throw. Flips it. That's Kraft. Kraft's going to get the first down past the 10, the 5, and down at the 1. He was close to the end zone. It's going to be at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Green Bay. A 16-yard pass tackled by Deron Bland and Malik Hooker. Packers moving quickly. And they might have moved too quickly. It's going to be 1st and goal with 5 yards taken back. Let's listen to Ron Torberg. Yep. That's number 75, Sean Ryland, the guard. So it moves him back to the 5-yard line. Does not take away the first down, though. So 1st and goal with 11:07 to go in the first quarter. Green Bay on the move. 6 plays, 64 yards, about 4 minutes off the clock so far, and Dak's waiting for his turn. From the 5. Rick's on the move. Love gives it to Jacobs. Jacobs gets a couple of yards, pickup of about 3 to the 2-yard line. So 2nd and goal coming up. Moves them up for 3 carries for -1 yard so far. And Micah's waiting for his time to get back on the field. 10:20 to go in the first. Clock continues to run. Got about 18 seconds on the play clock. Offensive line combinations for the Packers is now 10, which is most in the NFL for 2025. 2nd and goal. Love, gonna throw, gonna find the man in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs with the first touchdown of the night for the Green Bay Packers, and it's 6-0. 8 plays, 69 yards, 4 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock. Beats Deron Bland for the touchdown. And Dobbs was wearing the special protective helmet on the Packer helmet. Great opening drive for the Green Bay Packers. Almost feels like 2023's wild card game all over again. Brandon McManus for the extra point. And the kick is good. 7-0 Green Bay. Alrighty, so the Green Bay Packers on an opening drive that takes them 6 plays. What was it? 65. I got it right here. 8 plays, 69 yards, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Josh Jacobs had a couple carries, but Jordan Love, 74 yards, 5 of 5 on the drive, 1 touchdown. That was to Romeo Dobbs. And so Dallas is coming out ready to go. Kayvon Turpin waiting for the kick return. With 10:02 to go in the first quarter. And the kick is up in the air, and Turpin's going to take it out, it looks like. He will. Past the 10, the 15, the 20. Finds a lane past the 25 and down to the 28-yard line. Here comes Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Got Dak as the quarterback, Javonte Williams as the running back, George Pickens as your number 1. Of course, no CeeDee Lamb, Kevontae Turpin. You just saw him, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Brock Hoffman, the center, TJ Bass, Terrence Steele, and that's it. So under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Williams in the backfield. Prescott making the calls. Give it to Williams. Finds a little bit of a crease there, but not much there. Only a pickup of about 3 yards. Taken down by Quay Walker, and I believe that's Nate Hobbs, I think it is. As they show you Dak Prescott. 2025 through week 3, 71% completion percentage, 800 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 4th in the NFL. Second down and 7. Have to get to the 38 for the first down. They'll give it to Williams again, who finds a little bit of a crease. And another pickup of about 3 yards there. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 34-yard line. 9:15 to go and counting. Tackled there by Kobe Wooden. Defensive tackle number 96 for Green Bay. 3rd down and 4. It's going to be tough to see how the offense does today without CeeDee Lamb. It's a big part of their offense right there. Ferguson on the move. Gives it to Williams again. He's going to find a little bit more of a crease, but he's not going to get much. In fact, I don't think he got anything. No gain on the play, tackled by Quay Walker. It's going to be a 3 and out to start on the opening drive for the Cowboys. And yet Micah was not anywhere out there, I don't see. I don't see him out there. So with 8:15 and counting, the Packers are about to get the ball back. Brian Anger, the punter for the Packers. Punts it away. Fair catch called for by number 0. And that is Matthew Golden. So 8 minutes to go. Green Bay gets the ball back, up 7-0. Back after this. Back at AT&T Stadium, the Packers up 7-0 with 8 minutes to go as they're about to begin their second drive of this game. Going to be starting at the 15-yard line for Green Bay. Very productive first drive for them. Let's see if Jordan Love can continue that on this drive right here. Starting at the 15-yard line, Jacobs in the backfield. Matthew Golden on the move. Fake it to him. Love, going to take another deep shot. It's got a man down there. It's Romeo Dobbs. He's down at the 30 and down to the 32-yard line. Pickup of about 16 yards, technically the 31. Tackled by Sanborn, and it's the first down, Green Bay. Romeo Dobbs, 2 catches so far tonight of 18 yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, 6 for 6 with 90 yards and the touchdown. And again, Dobbs is wearing the special blanket, that special thing they have on the helmets. I can't remember what they're called, but 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of Green Bay. Have to get to the 41 for the first down. Wicks on the move. Give it to Jacobs. Jacobs finds a little bit of a lane and gets a good chunk of yardage on that one. A pickup of about 7 yards, tackled by Kenneth Murray Jr. for a 2nd and 3 coming up as they show the defense here. Sam Williams, Kenny Clark, the former Packer, Oza, Dante Fowler, Jack Sanborn, Kenneth Murray, who just made the tackle, Khalil Elam, former Buffalo Bill, Reddy Stewart, Donovan Wilson, and Malik Hooker, and Deron Bland. So 2nd and 3 with 6:42 to go in the first. Have to get to the 41 for the first down. Golden on the move. They'll give it to him, and Golden will find a lane. He's got the first down. Pickup of about 5 on the play, tackled by Jack Sanborn. New set of downs for Green Bay at the 43-yard line as they are on the move. Be credited as a run for Matthew Golden on that one, since it was a jet sweep. Coming up on 6 minutes to go in this first quarter, moving pretty fast too. Jacobs in the backfield again. Oh, and then mentioning the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show announcement coming up at the half. Love fakes it to Jacobs, gonna fire deep. He's got a man there, and is that a catch? Incomplete. Intended for Romeo Doubs, and so that's the first incompletion of the night for Jordan Love. 2nd and 10. Yeah, in terms of the Super Bowl announcement here, more than likely it's probably going to be Taylor Swift. It's either Taylor Swift or Miley Cyrus, because those were the 2 names that were continuously being rumored for several weeks now. Somebody also said Metallica, which would probably mean they're finally listening to the 50-year-olds who won every music event to be of the musicians that were popular around their time, but we'll find out at halftime. Not that it's going to matter here, because you won't hear that, but on when we get to Super Bowl 60. But 2nd and 10 here from the 43-yard line. And it's going to go to Jacobs, and Jacobs finds a little bit of a lane and gets right in the middle of the Dallas Cowboys arena at the 50-yard line. We have a penalty marker down, though, so hold on. And it's coming back. Holding on Joshua Morgan, number 77. So it's going to take him back to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 18 coming up. It's either Joshua Morgan or Jordan Morgan. I think it's Jordan Morgan. Like I said, I have it on the ESPN page. I could go to Wikipedia and figure it out here, but ESPN's probably the best way to do this right here. So 2nd and 18 coming up. Back at the 35-yard line, have to get to the 47 of Dallas for the first down. Love scrambling. Love to throw, and just throws it away. Incomplete. Zach Williams right there waiting for him. So it's 3rd and 18 coming up. Clock stops at 5:14. As they show Deron Bland, who signed a 4-year, $92 million contract in the offseason, missed the last 2 games with a foot injury. And they don't have Trayvon Diggs here, too, so that's a big loss for them. 3rd and 18 coming up. Have to get to the 47 for the first down. Love to throw. Finds Savion Williams, who's going to get towards the first down marker. He's just going to be a little bit short. Pickup of 16 yards on there. It's at 4th and 2 at the 49-yard line, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if they go for it here, because everybody's going for it on 4th down now. The rookie Savion Williams with a hit there, and he's also got one of those helmets on too. And it sounds like they are going to go for it on 4th down. Big play here for the Cowboys defense. If they can stop them here, it'd be a big boost for them. As the clock continues to run, 4:35 to go in the first. 4th and 2. And it looks like they're just going to try to get them off sides. So it's going to be a delay game, so they're going to punt it away, I think. Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt in the way here. So clock stops at 4:23, and I would believe the punting unit is going to be coming out. Yep. So it's going to be Daniel Whelan to punt this one away with Kevontae Turpin waiting. Punts away. And Turpin, I think, is calling for the fair catch, which he will, back at the 10-yard line. Dallas comes back out for their second offensive drive. 4:14 to go in the first. Green Bay up 7-0. We'll be back. Back in Dallas. Cowboys about to get the ball, about to start their next offensive drive. Cowboys starting off at their own 11-yard line. Javonte Williams in the backfield. Prescott to throw, fires, that's complete. That's Jake Ferguson for a pickup of 7 yards. Tackled by Keyshawn Nixon of the Packers. 2nd and 3 coming up as we look at the Packers defense. Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt, Kobe Wooden, of course Micah Parsons, Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, Keyshawn Nixon, Xavier McKinney, Javon Bullard, Evan Williams, Nate Hobbs, and that's it. 2nd and 3. They have to get to the 21 for a first down. 3:37 to go in the first. Jalen Tolbert on the move. Fake it again to Williams. Prescott fires, and that's complete. And that's a first down to Williams for a pickup of 4 yards. Tackled by Edgerrin Cooper. New set of downs for Dallas. And there's Micah Parsons, who I believe made the hit on Williams. No, he almost got Dak. He's going to try to get to him before the night's over. Just wait. From the 22-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first. Give it to Williams for about a pickup of about 5 yards. Is down to the 27-yard line. Kingsley Enagbare tackled him. I'm going to get these names wrong. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names, but I'm sorry. Like, I'm just reading it as I see it, and that's what I'm seeing it as. But so here we go. 2nd and 5 coming up. 2:30 to go. Have to get to the 32 for the first down here. Tolbert on the move. Prescott to throw, going deep down the field, and batted away, incomplete. Intended for Kevon Turpin, Keyshawn Nixon with the batted pass. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Turpin had a chance at it. It was wide open for the most part. Like I said, it's going to be tough without CeeDee Lamb in the lineup. CeeDee Lamb's your big number 1 guy. So now you got to trust him. You got to trust. They're showing CeeDee Lamb right now, who's out with the ankle injury, of course. You got to trust Nick. You got to trust Turpin. You got to trust George Pickens. 3rd and 5. Play clock to 5. Prescott to throw. Finds the tight end Ferguson, and he's not going to get the first down. Only a pickup of about 4 yards. Quay Walker and Nate Hobbs on the tackle. And would Dallas be crazy enough to go for it on 4th down in their own territory? That's the question here. Because it looks like Prescott isn't going anywhere. Under 2 minutes to go. 1:45 to be exact. And it looks like they are going to go. 4th down conversion. And Next Gen Stats says 66 probability. Go for it. Will it work, though? Or maybe they'll try to draw them off sides. It looks like timeout Green Bay. So Green Bay will take their first timeout with 91 seconds to go in the first quarter. And these all have 2 timeouts, of course, before the half is over. All right, 4th and 1. They're going for it. Prescott waiting for somebody to jump, probably. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Yep, they're gonna call timeout. And the Cowboys faithful are not happy about that one. Actually, delay a game. It's actually a delay of game penalty. I know you can't call back-to-back timeouts if you're the team that's calling the timeouts, but what if it's... I thought you could do that. I'm pretty sure you could do that with alternating timeouts, but... So they're just going to save those. So Matthew Golden waiting to receive the punt from Brian Anger. Yeah, Cowboys fans were not happy about that call. Anger to punt. Golden waits. And he's just going to let it bounce, and then he's going to try to take it. Gets past the 25, past the 30, and out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And that is where Green Bay will go out on offense. 1:18 to go in the first. Packers on their third offensive drive of the game coming up. And then the last couple days of September over on the main Reviewing Network channel. Got 2 more reviews coming up tomorrow and Tuesday, and 1 more short review coming up tomorrow. So head over to the Reviewing Network channel, check out September, and yeah, a little bit of self-promotion right there. So 1st and 10 for the 32 with about 1:18 to go. Love to throw. Flips it back. Going to take it to number 23, and that is... Who is that? Wilson. Emmanuel Wilson. 25-yard pass on that one for a first down into Dallas territory at the 43-yard line. Yeah, I always know Josh Jacobs, but I never know the other Packers running backs. I couldn't remember who number 23 was. Emmanuel Wilson was the man. Should probably get 1 more play before the end of the first quarter. From the 43. Play clock to 4, gets it off. Gives it to Wilson again, who picks up 5 more. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter with a 2nd and 5. And it'll be 7-0 at the half. The end of the first quarter. Green Bay up. We'll take a quick break. And then we will come back for the second quarter. So stay with us. Welcome back to the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch. It is now quarter number 2 in Dallas, Texas, with the Packers up 7-0, and they are driving into Cowboy territory on their, I believe it's their 3rd or 4th offensive drive of the game. As we're getting a look inside of one of the Dallas museums, and they're showing off Charlotte Jones, one of the co-owners of the Cowboys. 2nd and 5 from the 42-yard line. Give it to Wilson again, and he's going to get stuffed. Nowhere to go on that one. Kenny Clark, the former Packer, and Jack Sanborn stopping him on that. 3rd down coming up. Numbers so far for Jordan Love, 8 of 10 for 131. Most since 2018 as Love is quickly going. Love gets rid of it, and it is picked off! Intercepted by... Oh, Trayvon Diggs. I thought he was out, but there is a flag down. And this might not even matter. Talking it over. I thought Trayvon Diggs was injured. Oh, Dallas had too many men on the field, I think. Yeah, this is a free play for Green Bay. That's not going to count. Yeah, that's a new set of downs for Green Bay. So 5-yard penalty, and it's a first down inside the 33 of Dallas. Yeah, I could have sworn Trayvon Diggs got injured last week in the Bears game. Or am I reading that wrong? I thought he was going to be out for several weeks. Oh, well, it's a moot point right now. Green Bay still keeps the ball. All right, so 1st and 10. Have to get to the 23 for a first down for Green Bay. Love They'll give it to, I believe that's Savion Williams, and not much there. Another flag just came in, I believe. Maybe not. Pickup of only 2 on that one, tackled by Murray, and Jadeveon Clowney was in there. Was not mentioned in the starting lineup, so he's still relatively new to the system, though, so that makes sense why he's probably not a starter just yet. All right, so 14-10 to go, 2nd and 8. Oh, Brett Favre is there. I'll be. All right, love to throw. Fires it. That's complete. That is to number 88. I believe that is Luke Musgrave. That is Luke Musgrave. Pickup of 6 yards on that one. Tackled by Stewart. 3rd and 2 coming up from the 25-yard line. That's interesting to see Brett Favre there for the Packers there. So 13:33 to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 2. Play clock to 15. Dontavian Wicks on the move. Love. This is, I believe, Jacobs. He's got the first down. Down, pick up a 5 yards on that one to the 20-yard line. Malik Hooker tackles him. New set of downs for Green Bay. Josh Jacobs so far tonight, 6 carries for 13 yards on that one. And now it's a new set of downs for Green Bay. Eight first downs so far for Green Bay compared to Dallas's only 1. 12:40 to go in the second quarter. After you get to the 10 for the first down, Love to throw. Love scrambling, fires, completes. That is Tucker Kraft for pickup of about 4 yards. There is a penalty marker down, and it looks like it might be coming back. Yep, everybody's on the way back. That is Darian Kennard on that one, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so it'll make it a 1st and 20 back at the Dallas 30-yard line. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's a hold. That one's no doubt about it. So it's now 1st and 20 back at the 30-yard line. Of course, the offensive line for the Packers is missing Zach Tom. So 1st and 20 now. Love to throw. Flips it. That's complete. That is number 30. That's not Chris Brooks. That's another one of their rookie running backs. For about a pickup of only a yard on that one. So it'll be a 2nd and 19 coming up. Smith and Sanborn on the tackle for that one. With 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, as I mentioned before, all I know is Josh Jacobs on the running backs list. I don't have a full memory of the other running backs there, but Chris Brooks and Wilson. So 2nd, and actually gave him a 2nd and 18, I believe. So that's a pickup of 2 yards on that one. $11:23 to go. Play clock down to 2. Got it off in time. Love to throw. Scrambles. He might try to run. Flips it back. That's Jacobs. He's going to get past the 10 and then the first down and more. Close to the goal line for a touchdown, maybe. Out of bounds at the 1. A 28-yard run for Jordan Love up the middle of the field, and it's down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal for Green Bay. And he stayed in bounds, too, up until the last minute. Yep. Down at the 1-yard line. Good job on Jordan Love for the throw. That's a good lateral play. So 1st and goal. Play clock down to 4. Love. Gonna throw. Fires. Touchdown! Romeo Doubs with his 2nd touchdown of the night. Nine plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes and 41 seconds time of possession. And it's Romeo Dobbs with his second touchdown of the evening. And right now it's 13-0 pending the extra point. If they make the extra point, it's 14-0. And it's blocked! Blocked play, and the Cowboys have it! Number 14 down the field. This is for 2 points. And they've got 2. Blocked by... Who did it? Marquise Bell. Marquise Bell with the block, and the Cowboys get 2 points. A lot of blocks in 2025 on kicking field goals, punt, as extra points, you name it. And we have our first safe, and we have our first 2-point conversion of the year. Marquise Bell runs it down the field and gets a 2-point conversion. It's 13-2, Green Bay with the lead, but the Cowboys get their first points of the game as well. We shall return. That's 2 thus far, Shooter. Wild series of events on that last possession that we saw. Green Bay gets the touchdown. Romeo Dobbs gets the second. And then the extra point was blocked. Marquise Bell with the recovery, and he runs it down the field for a 2-point conversion. So we have 13-2 is the score right now in this game. Almost like a baseball score right now. But anyway, Green Bay gets the touchdown. They hang on to the lead. And now comes Micah Parsons on the defensive side of the ball. As Cavante Turpin's going to run it out from the end zone. Past the 15, past the 20, past the 25, and down to the 27, it looks like, but we have a flag down. Probably a legal block in the back on Dallas. "93 straight points made by McManus on the extra points, and that was the first miss. That was his first miss. Let's hear what this call is. It looks like it's going to be on Dallas. Span Ford. It's going to get penalized for this. So that's going to be a holding call on Lifu, so it was not on Spanford. There's also a penalty on Marquise Bell, who ran the 2-point conversion back, but that was declined. So either way, it's going to start them back. It's going to start Dallas back deep in their own territory at the 12-yard line for this new set of downs. This new drive, I should say. Keep on time here until they get back to the game. Here we go. 1st and 10. It looks like Miles Sanders is in the backfield for the Cowboys. And they will give it to him. Sanders. Looked like he was about to trip, but he does gain about 3 on the play. Tackled by Williams and Hobbs. So 2nd down and 7 coming up. Going into the the backstory of Micah Parsons and how the Cowboys thought they had a deal in place, but then things didn't work out that way. 2nd and 7. Prescott to throw. Prescott going deep down the field. He's got a man down there, and it was nearly intercepted. There is a marker down, penalty marker down. Hobbs is almost picked it off, but what's the penalty? Looks like it's going to be holding on the offense. Yep. So they're going to send it back. Move them back, boys. And that's on number 73, Tyler Smith. Green Bay's actually going to decline the penalty. And another flag just came up. Maybe not. Maybe NBC's flag graphic needs fixed. Because as soon as he said the penalty was declined, the flag label came up again. So 3rd down and 7. I guess it makes sense why you declined the penalty. Prescott waiting to throw. Prescott throws deep down the field again. Wide open, Kevontae Turpin to the 38. There is a flag down again. Another penalty marker came down as we got punching and shoving going on. Not punching, but shoving. And what's this going to be? It's going to be called back. Illegal formation. So that took away a 23-yard pass play to Kevontae Turpin. So now it's going to be 3rd and 12 all the way back at the 10-yard line. That's Nate Thomas who got penalized for that. Number 71 of the Cowboys. So the Cowboys are not moving on this drive whatsoever. Excuse me. 3rd and 12 coming up from the 10-yard line. Prescott gives it to Hunter Luepke for about a 6-yard pickup, and it's not going to be enough for the 1st down. And the Boo Birds are out again in Dallas. So now it's going to be a 3 and out once again for the Cowboys. As the clock continues to move, coming up on 9 minutes to go in the 2nd. Brian Anger waiting to punt it away to Golden. Anger punts it away. And Golden's going to try to take it out. And gets pummeled immediately at the 40-yard line. That's Lufo with that. But it's still a good start for Green Bay on this drive at the 40-yard line. 8:33 to go in this one. 13-2 as they're showing that hit again. Boom! Right there. Green Bay starts at their 40-yard line. 13-2. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody, and a reminder coming up at the halftime, the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch Halftime Report. Take you through all the scores of this Week 4, as well as a quick look at the weekend box office. We'll find out how well Leonardo DiCaprio's latest movie, One Battle After Another, did at the box office. That's coming up at the half. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Give it to Jacobs, who will not get much, a pickup of about only 2 on that one. So far for Jacobs tonight, 7 carries, 15 yards. Of course, had that 28-yard run that set up the last touchdown. He was tackled on that time by Sanborn, who's made a couple of tackles tonight. So 2nd and 8, 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Fake it. Golden. Moving backwards. Gonna get taken down. There is a flag down, though. For the moment, it's a loss of yards, but is it going to be against the Cowboy defense? I think it is. Unnecessary roughness defense on Ezekiel. Number 41. So it's a 15-yard penalty, and it takes them to the 50-yard line. Let's take a look. Yeah, number 41 bumped into one of those guys. Yeah, and took him down too. Like that's concussion possible. That's potential for a concussion there if he's not careful. So a new set of downs for Green Bay at the midfield mark. Another end around play. Flea flicker. Jordan Love trying to throw it. He may run past the 50 and gets maybe a couple on that one. Pickup of only about 3 yards. Sam Williams tackles him down. Had a chance for a flea flicker play, but nobody was open, it looked like. But hey, it turns into a positive play for Green Bay. So 7 minutes to go in this one. There's Savion Williams on the sideline. 2nd and 6. Have to get to the Dallas 40 for the first down. They'll give it to Jacobs, who will grab about maybe 2 or 3, or 1. Let's go with that. 1 yard on the play, so 3rd down and 5 coming up. Under 6:30 to go in this one. There are the numbers for Jacobs so far this year. 66 rushes, 196. 2 touchdowns, averaging about 3 yards per carry. That's actually a career low for him, it says here on the broadcast. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Looks like Wilson in the backfield. Love to throw. Love going for the deep ball down the field, and no one there. Trying to get to Dontavian Wicks, but incomplete. So 4th down coming up, and the Packers will send the ball back to the Cowboys, and number 28 is injured. Malik Hooker cannot get any pressure on that knee. Looks like his left knee. That is not good. Well, at least he was able to get off the field, so no worries about any stoppage of play. As Whelan's getting ready to punt this away to Turpin. And Whelan gets it off. And Turpin's not going to go anywhere. It's going to bounce maybe to the... Good stoppage there. It's going to be deep within Dallas's 5-yard line. And so the Cowboys will have to go 95 yards down the field to get a score. 13-2, 5:50 to go. The Cowboys get it back when we come back. I had no idea that Hyundai commercial actress was actually Parker Posey. I've been wondering, who is that actress I keep seeing in the yellow dress in the Hyundai commercials? But yeah, that's Parker Posey. Huh. Alright, so anyway, back to the game. 5-yard line for Dallas to act on the throw. He's got an open man, and that is George Pickens, the former Steeler, with a pickup of 14 yards. And it gets him a little bit out of the danger zone to the 19-yard line. 1st down for Dallas. Yeah, they've been playing that commercial for Hyundai all night long, and I've been wondering, who's that actress? I thought it was the one from that show, Elsbeth. Is it Carrie Hogan? But no, it's Parker Posey. 14 receptions for George Pickens so far this year. 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Leads the team, actually, and he'll probably continue to lead as long as CeeDee Lamb is out of the equation. Prescott to throw again. Flips it back. That is to Miles Sanders, who's going to get close to the 1st down. About 9 yards on that one. Down to the 28-yard line. Tackled by Quay Walker. With now under 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Mike is still on the sideline. 2nd and 1. Turpin on the move. Hovering around. And it's going to go to Williams, who's going to get the 1st down. And down to the 32. We're yelling on the flag down. So this one may not stick. As we see Hooker going off to the locker room, and a little shoving and talking back between the two teams. What does Ron Torbert have to say? looks like I think it's going to be on Green Bay. It looks like maybe. It looked like Matt LaFleur was upset about something. Oh, both teams have fouls. All right, so we just pretend nothing happened. Offsetting penalties. Penalty on Smith for offensive holding, and then a penalty on Keyshawn Nixon for the face mask. That both penalties offset. We pretend like that play didn't happen. So 2nd and 1 still at the 28-yard line. And now Parsons is out there. With 4:23 to go in the second. From the 28. Turpin on the move. Give it to Williams, who's going to get the first down this time around, just like he did last time. 6-yard run on that one, tackled by Nazir Stackhouse. So a new set of downs for Dallas. From their own 34. And Dallas on the move here. Williams gets the ball again. They're moving pretty quickly, but gets taken down by another Williams, number 33, Eric Williams, for only a 2-yard play on that one. That's a pass for Javonte Williams. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Eric Williams and Parsons got on him. As we see Javonte Williams' numbers, 43 rushes, 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, an average of 5.3 per yards. As we've got a split screen of Parsons and Prescott, 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw. Gonna get away and fires it. That's complete. That is to number 19. That is Ryan Flournoy. I believe that's a rookie for a pickup of 11 yards on that one to the 47-yard line. First down, Dallas. I think he's a rookie. All right, so Dallas is driving right now. Looks like we're going to get maybe one more play before the 2-minute warning. Tolbert on the move. Fake it. Prescott's going to throw. Flips it. That's complete. That is to Sanders. And Sanders is going to get close to another first down pickup of about 8 yards. And that should be the last play before the 2-minute warning, unless they want to try to get something quickly. So I got about 6 seconds to do it, but we got a Green Bay Packer down. That's Devontae Wyatt. So that clock's going to stop at 2:03. And Wyatt is shaken up. It looks like they might be going to commercial, maybe. Let's take a look and see what happened first. Doesn't look like there was anything that we saw from the other player, so it could be a non-contact injury. And it looks like it's going to take a little bit here, so we'll take a little break. We'll come back. All right, it looks like Wyatt's getting up on his own. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. He's not limping, so that's a good thing. It looked like in slow motion it was like a non-contact injury, but it doesn't look too bad. I mean, if he's walking off on his own power, that's a good thing. I think they were going to go to a TV timeout because there's only 3 seconds left in the quarter, before the 2-minute warning, of course. So 2nd and 2, and they will just go ahead and go to the 2-minute warning. I don't know why they just didn't do it beforehand, but 2 minutes to go before halftime. Green Bay up 13-2. Dallas driving. We will return. Alrighty, 2-minute warning. Dallas will get the ball to start the second half too, so potential to double up here, get some points on this drive, and then score on the next drive coming out of the half. 2nd and 2 right now. Prescott to Sanders, and Sanders will have the first down. Pick up 5 yards on that one. Down to the 40-yard line of Green Bay. And the clock will continue to run with Green Bay still having 2 timeouts. Dallas with all 3 of them. This drive, 7 plays, 55 yards, 4 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock thus far. 1:35 to go. Williams now in the backfield. Have to get to the 30. Prescott gonna go for the throw. Wide open. George Pickens got the first down. Pickup of 11 yards to the 29-yard line, and they are on the move. George Pickens already with 2 receptions tonight, 25 yards. Dak 6 for 6 on this drive, 55 yards. As we're coming up now on less than a minute to go at 1:05. 1st and 10 from the 29. Prescott. Long ball down the field. Pickens is there, and he's got it! Down to the 1-yard line. 28-yard pickup right there. And Dallas driving at the 1. 1st and goal for Dallas. And a hold, and that could have been a hold on Green Bay, but they did not call it. Let's take a look and see. Did he get both feet in? There's one. I don't know. I mean, that could be something they'll take a look at. There's one. I mean, when does he have complete control of the ball? That's the thing. Are they going to look at it? Maybe not. For the moment, 1st and goal. They're not going to look at it. Williams is not going to get in there. He's going to get stuffed. And he will lose yardage, I think. Yeah, lost 1 yard on that one. So that play's going to stand. Yeah, I think it would have counted because it's got to be complete control when he has both feet down. So he had one down and then the other. That's a great catch. That's a really good catch by Pickens. And with 2 guys right there, man, that's a good catch right there. Green Bay took a timeout. 44 seconds to go. CeeDee's loving it. I don't know why I did that. Empty backfield for Dallas. Here comes Williams again, though. 2nd and goal. Prescott going to take it himself, and he's going to get the touchdown. Dak Prescott. And Jerry loves it. Dak's clapping his hands in the graphic. 11 plays, 95 yards, 5 minutes, 9 seconds time of possession. And the Dallas Cowboys make it a 5-point game with the potential to make it a 4-point game pending the extra point. So let's take a look and see how this extra point goes here. Brandon Aubrey waiting for that extra point. And Green Bay will have 41 seconds to work with here before we get to halftime. No problems on the extra point. It is now 13-9, and the lead is now cut down to 4. Back in a moment. So while NBC is telling you that next week will be an AFC East showdown between the Patriots and the Bills, I will tell you that the next time you see us on the Sunday Night NFL Rewatch will be an intriguing matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be 2 weeks from tonight, October the 12th, right here on the Reviewing Network Live. Of course, the Detroit Lions got that big win today against Cleveland. Kansas City got a big win against Baltimore today. I'll have more than the halftime report coming up in 41 seconds, or however long this drive takes for Green Bay. So now Green Bay, it's a touchback, so Green Bay starts at the 20-yard line. Try to get to the field goal range, or at least at the V-flat. They only have 1 timeout, though, to work with. So it's going to have to be a big throw down the field for Green Bay to have any kind of hope. And like I said, Dallas will get the ball to start the second half. From the 20-yard line. Love to throw. Love's going to take a shot. Looks like downfield. And no, he's just going to throw it away. Looked like he was about to throw it downfield, but he had a guy right in front of him. So that's an incomplete pass and stops the clock at 35 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 coming up. And he's making a good point. Dallas has 3 timeouts, so want to be careful if you're Green Bay. You don't want to give him any opportunities for the kicker to get Dallas to get down the field and kick a field goal, because we know he can do it. Love to throw. Goes down the field for Dobbs. Incomplete. Tried a one-handed grab, but it was not there. So 29 seconds to go. I think if you're Green Bay at this point, you can't take the timeout. You can't just run and then just let the clock run out, because they got 3 timeouts. I just told you that. Stupid. Not you people out there. Stupid me. I should have remembered what I said 20 seconds ago. It didn't even look like he was close to grabbing that one. 3rd and 10. Play clock winding down to 5, down to 4, 3, and Love gets it off. Love to throw it. He's going to do a quick screen to Traft, and he's going to get the first down. And that probably will be the end of the quarter. Or maybe not. Dallas will take a timeout. No, Green Bay actually was the one that took their timeout. So they'll go to a 30-second break, and we will be back in a matter of seconds. Nighttime at AT&T Stadium with the roof open. No timeouts left for Green Bay, so if they're going to get into field goal range, the sideline's going to have to be their friends here. As we get a look at Pickens on the Cowboys sideline. 21 seconds to go. Got a long way to go to get in the field goal range. Love to throw. We got a flag for false start, so it's going to make it a little bit longer for him to do. Gary on Kennard with a false start penalty on that one, so it's going to be back at the 27-yard line. First and 15, Love going to try to throw it, and the ball comes out! Ball is out! Did the Cowboys get on top of it? They did! Oh, the mood of this game has turned, and the Cowboys are in scoring position. James Houston with the sack and the fumble. Houston and he recovered the fumble too. Oh man. That's a killer right there. So now it's worst case scenario, because Dallas now has it at the Green Bay's 15. So at the very least, they're going to get 3 points out of this drive. First turnover of the night, and it belongs to Green Bay, who turned it over. So what can Dak do here? From the 15-yard line, 13 seconds to go. They have all their timeouts, so everything is open to them at this point. Play clock down to 4, down to 3. Prescott throws it. Touchdown, George Pickens! And Dallas takes the lead. One play, 15 yards, 4 seconds. Oh, how the tide has turned on this game. And Pickens was wide open. A killer on this drive for the Packers, and the Cowboys respond immediately. 15-13, pending the extra point. And now it's 16-13. And in a span of 2 minutes, Dallas has gone from a 13-2 deficit to a 16-13 lead. And if I'm Green Bay, I'm just going to the half at this point, because yeah, you're pretty much shit out of luck at this point if you're Green Bay. Another look outside of AT&T Stadium, as the Cowboys fans are at least going to go to the half happy. 16-13 lead. And that does not bode well for the Packers. How do you come back from that? I mean, you got a triple possibility now if you're Dallas, because You scored a touchdown. You got a touchdown thanks to a fumble recovery, and you get the ball to start the second half. So now you could triple up here and really up the score here. As Brandon Aubrey punts this one away. And it will be a touchback. Nine seconds to go, and I expect a kneel down from Jordan Love. Just go to the half and then figure out what the hell you're going to do for the second half, because, yeah, you just gave the Cowboys all the momentum they needed. And George Pickens, man. George freaking Pickens. I still hate that the Steelers got rid of him, because look at what he's doing now for them in Dallas. And it looks like Green Bay's going to take, Dallas is going to take a timeout. It looks like Jordan Love's going to try to do something here. Yeah, there's really not much you can do unless you heave it down the field and pray for a miracle, because you need the sidelines are desperately they're your wife at this point. Like, you need them to be there for you in this situation with 9 seconds left. Like, if it's caught in inbounds, there's no if a deep throw is caught downfield inbounds, there's no way you're getting the field goal unit up and ready to go to try to kick something there. And they will not do that. They're going to go ahead and take the knee. Alrighty, so that was a very entertaining 2 minutes there. Cowboys were down 11, and now they are up 13, and now they are up 3. 16-13, Dallas with the lead at the half. We will take a little break, and when we come back, we'll have the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch halftime report. So stick around. We will be back in less than 12 minutes. Crazy end to the first half there in Dallas as the Cowboys have taken a 16-13 lead. As we welcome you to the Reviewing Network Live Sunday Night NFL Rewatch halftime report, as we get you the scores from all the other games that took place earlier today. It was a very stacked day in the NFL that began early in the morning as the Steelers were in Dublin, Ireland to take on the Minnesota Vikings, and the Steelers are the ones that came out on top on that one, 24-21. Carson Wentz with 30 of 46 for 350 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kenneth Gainwell for the Steelers led the rushing charge with 19 carries, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And DK Metcalf, 5 receptions, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown, including an 80-yarder from Aaron Rodgers, who had 200 yards on the day. Buffalo Bills are still undefeated, even though it was a little bit of a journey today. The Saints gave them a fight in this one, but in the end, Buffalo goes to 4-0. The Saints drop to 0-4. Josh Allen with 16 of 22 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns plus 1 interception. James Cook, 22 carries, 117 yards for the Buffalo Bills, 1 touchdown. Khalil Shakir with 5 receptions, 69 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jackson Dart made his NFL debut for the New York Giants, and he got out of there with a win, 21-18. Justin Herbert led the passing charge for 203 yards, 23 of 41 for 1 touchdown, a couple of interceptions. Omarion Hampton had a good day, 12 carries, 128 yards, and 1 touchdown. Quentin Johnston with 8 receptions, 98 yards, and 1 touchdown. But the Giants are the ones who get the victory and hand the Chargers their first loss of the season. Giants are 1-3, Chargers are 3-1. The Jaguars shocked the 49ers, who were undefeated as well. They won at 26-21. Brock Purdy's return to the field, saw him with 22 of 38 for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a couple of interceptions. Travis Etienne had a good day, 19 carries, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey led the receiving charge, 6 receptions, 92 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Falcons beat the Commanders. It's the Dan Quinn Bowl, and this time Dan Quinn's former team got the best of him. Falcons won at 34-27. Michael Penix Jr. 20 of 26 for 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson 17 carries, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake London 8 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. The Lions dominated over the Cleveland Browns 34-10. Joe Flacco with 16 of 34 for 184 yards and 2 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries with 91 yards and 1 touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 receptions, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lions are 3-1. Browns are still 1-3. The Panthers, last week they blanked the Falcons, and then they get stumped by the Patriots. Patriots won it very convincingly today, 42-13. Drake May, 14-17, 403 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chuba Hubbard led the rushing charge, 10 carries for 49 yards, and Stephon Diggs led the receiving corps, 6 receptions, 101 yards. Patriots win 42-13. They're 2-2 as they'll face the 4-0 Buffalo Bills next Sunday night. Battle of 3-0 teams in Tampa Bay, Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. Philadelphia survived this one, 31-25. They led it early, but then Tampa Bay tried to come back and do it. Baker Mayfield was 22 of 40 for 289 yards and 2 touchdowns, had a critical interception in the fourth quarter that killed all the momentum they had. Bucky Irving, 15 carries, 63 yards for Tampa Bay, and he led the receiving game as well, 5 receptions, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. It was a shutout for the Tennessee Titans, who are still 0-4, as they lost to the Texans, who got their first win today, 26-0. TJ Stroud was 22 of 28 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. Woody Marks, the rookie, 17 carries, 69 yards, 1 touchdown, and Nico Collins, 40 receptions, 79 yards. The Rams survived a thriller against the Indianapolis Colts, who also are undefeated no more. 27-20 was the final score. Matthew Stafford had 29 of 41 for 275 and 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 13 carries, 77 yards. Puka Nacua, 13 receptions, 170 yards plus a touchdown. The Ravens lost a big one to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are back at 500. Ravens lost this one 37-20. Patrick Mahomes with his first 4-touchdown game in 2 years. And got to 250 total touchdowns the quickest time possible. 25 of 37, 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. Justice Hill led the rushing charge, 3 carries, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. Xavier Worthy, welcome back to the lineup, 5 receptions, 83 yards. Lamar Jackson did get injured in this play with a hamstring injury. And then a thriller in Las Vegas today. The Bears look pretty rocky all day long, but it's them that's going to come out as the victors in this one. 25-24, and it was mostly because of blocked field goal winner for the Raiders that could have been. But Caleb Williams, 22 of 37, 212 yards, 1 touchdown. Despite Ashton Jeanty having a great day for the Raiders, it was not enough for the win. 21 carries, though, 138 yards, 1 touchdown. Easily his best game of his young career. Roma Dunzier, 4 receptions, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. And of course, we had the Thursday night game where the Seahawks and Cardinals. Seahawks won 23-20. And now we have 3 teams in the NFC West who are 3-1. And meanwhile, the Cardinals are sitting there at 2-2. We got 2 Monday night games coming up tomorrow. Jets and the Dolphins at 7:15, and the Bengals and Broncos at 8:15. Take a little break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the quick weekend box office results. Alrighty, we are back, and we're going to run through the box office real quick here, the top 5 box office in general. We got 3 new releases in the top 5 this weekend, starting off at number 5, The Strangers Chapter 2, which brought in $5.9 million this weekend at number 5. There's no international numbers for this movie. It's only domestic numbers, but I believe this actually is higher than the opening of The Strangers Chapter 1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check here. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually lower than that. It's actually opening much bigger than I thought it did. $11.8 million was the opening for The Strangers Chapter 1. This one, however, not so much. Strangers Chapter 2 brought in $5.9 million this weekend as a new release. Yeah, nobody was really asking for this one. Number 4, The Conjuring Last Rites, $6.8 million this weekend, dropping 44% from last weekend. A performance has brought in $161.5 million. If you count the worldwide numbers, it's up to $435.8 million worldwide. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Infinity Castle, $7.1 million at number 3, dropping 60% from last week. $118.1 million. If you count the worldwide numbers, it's over $600 million worldwide. And 2 new releases in the top 2 spots. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, a movie that is clearly made for kids. I mean, it's a movie that's literally a G-rated film, and it's based off of the show from DreamWorks that's produced by the people who made Blue's Clues. That did do decent business, $13.7 million, which isn't a bad opening for this movie whatsoever. And I don't have the exact numbers on the budget for this. Let me just double check here. Come on. Come on. Here we go. $32 million, and it's, if you include worldwide numbers, it's up to $19.3 million. So this is doing good business overall. It should do very well. Kind of makes the same amount of numbers that the Paw Patrol movie did, so take that for what you will. And then, of course, the #1 movie this weekend, Paul Thomas Anderson, with his biggest opening yet, with One Battle After Another, which brought in $22.4 million. It's Leonardo DiCaprio with his 11th movie to open at $20+ million. The budget on this movie, though, is $130 to $175 million. Worldwide, if you include the worldwide numbers, $48.5 million. This is the movie that's going to be mostly depending on the longevity, the word of mouth, and the Oscar buzz, because this thing right now is going to take a lot for that to make that budget back. But Warner Brothers continues their hot streak in 2025. This is now their 8th movie that has opened up at #1 this weekend. And that's the box office, and it looks like, as we're getting the announcement of who's going to be doing the halftime show, looks like it's going to be Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl 60 halftime show. Okay, so that's it. That's happening as I'm doing this right now. But, yeah, so it doesn't matter, because you're not going to be able to hear it on this show when we get to the Super Bowl. But, I don't know. They just had the commercial on TV. So, all right, so that's the box office. That's the scores. And we are going to go to a thrilling second half where the Cowboys have led this one 16-13. And they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So we will come back for the second half coverage right after this. So stay tuned.